Hello, wine community. I'm back from my New York trip. I went there for 10 days with my girlfriend and another couple to celebrate my 30th birthday. We had a great time. We went to, I've been there before 2 years ago for 2 weeks then. So we did a lot of the ordinary tourist stuff back then. So the only tourist stuff we did this time was actually like the ones we missed. The Met, we went to a hockey game at Madison Square Garden to see the Rangers, and we went to Ground Zero, and we actually went to the Brooklyn Brewery. Awesome experience. Try it out if you're going there. But other than that, was a lot of shopping and a lot of crate digging, or one day of crate digging. So in this video I won't talk about any, or I won't show any records. I'm just going to talk about my trip because I bought about 35 records, something like that. A bit more than half of them was used ones, so those I've cleaned now. I played some new records, but when I have like 10 to show you, I'll show them in a recent Final Finds later on. So we had a great time. It was awesome, but it's expensive. The Swedish krona is pretty good in the States, so everything that you buy is pretty cheap for us. A little more than half price on most things, like a beer, a record, or a pair of jeans. So we shopped a lot, especially if it was Black Friday and they had a bunch of deals on every store. But I didn't go to a record store at Black Friday actually. We went clothes shopping. But I bought some stuff that I want to show you that is kind of music related or film related. First of all, I bought this that I want to show you. The Penguin Jazz Guide, 1001 Best Jazz Albums of All Time. Pretty thick book. This was one that I wanted because I love this kind of lists books. I love lists. If there's a magazine where they're announcing the 100 best rock albums of all time, I will probably buy it. So I'm a sucker for the lists. And this is really good. I read some reviews of some records. I can't read them all at once. So for reference, it's pretty badass. That's that. Next book I bought was this one, also one that I wanted. The Zappa biography by Barry Miles. Barry Miles, he wrote the Paul McCartney, I think, biography. I haven't read that one. But he was also a friend of the family, Zappa family. This is pretty cool. I haven't read it. I just started reading it, but it's pretty cool. He does a lot of references to my Zappa's own biography, because this is written after that. And compared to Zappa's own, Zappa's biography is very hippie. He writes about everything and nothing for several pages all the time. Very, hippie. Just as Zappa should do. But if you really want an in-depth book about Zappa, you need another one's opinion about him via research. And that's what this is. So I think that I will probably like this more than Zappa's own words about himself. Just as I like Shaky more than I like Neil Young's new biography. Because Neil Young can talk for several pages about an American car that he bought in the 70s, and he can do pages and pages about his new MP3 format, high quality format, almost like advertisement throughout the book, and it gets a little bit tiresome after a while, but the Shaky is great because you get all these facts about Neil Young through different sources, research, so it's probably the same with this one. I also bought 2 movies. The Criterion collection is really expensive in Sweden if you want to buy them in a store. crazy. And I bought Rosemary's Baby for $15.99. You would probably have to pay $35 maybe for this, at least in a Swedish store. So Criterion Collection, I would buy more if I had more money when I went there, but this one I really wanted because of the documentary on the extra material about Krzysztof Komeda, Komeda it's called, and the film is awesome. I mean, shit. So I bought that, but the thing I really wanted when I went there and that I got was the Fanny and Alexander Criterion box set. I mean, this is insane expensive in Sweden, and you can buy it online. And I found it on Barnes & Noble, new for $59.99, and that was too expensive, so I wouldn't buy it that. But in the first record store I went to, the Academy Records, I bought this for $21.99, a great deal for this box set. Theatrical version, 2.5 hours, something like that, and the TV version on, and that's 5 hours and 30 minutes, something like that. And that's the one you want to see. And there's also a disc of just extra material, the documentary of the making of Fanny and Alexander, and just the documentary is like 2 hours long. So this is essential for Bergman fans or cinematic fans. One of Bergman's best, in my opinion, absolutely. Top 5 at least. So the record stores, I did a map and marked out all the record stores I wanted to go to, and I did some in Brooklyn on the map, but we didn't go there, and I'm kind of regretting that now. But after I did all the stores on Manhattan, I was fucking broke. I mean, I had no money left, and I didn't have, you know, after like 12-15 stores, you're pretty beat. So I mean, I got 30-35 records from just the Manhattan stores. So I thought that, you know, that's it. But the thing I thought with the Manhattan stores was, I was a little bit disappointed, because I thought, or I remembered it as, that they had more used in the used sections. But the Manhattan stores is all about the new vinyl. I mean, the new reissues kind of things. So out of 35 records, at least 15 or 16 of the records are reissues or brand new ones. And reissues, I mean, in plastic. I mean, reissues 2012 and forward, or 2011. Fuck it. So I mean, with that in mind, I mean, with that focusing on the used sections, when you went into a record store, it's like this much with new vinyl and this much with the used sections. So you go through the used sections pretty quick. And in some stores they are insanely overpriced, and then you go through them even quicker. But in some stores there were great deals, and I found some great deals. I mean, nothing of the 35 records, nothing breathtaking at all. I mean, I probably score better things when I go to Gothenburg, Stockholm, or even Malmö or Ängelholm. But it was still a great stay. I mean, it was cheap, let's say that. The used ones I bought was dirt cheap, almost every one of them. And the new vinyl, I don't have to explain that. I mean, that's a $20 record. When you buy a $20 record, it's half price compared to if you buy them on an online store in Sweden. Almost, at least. So I mean, it's pretty hard when you go into a store and you see all these records that you really wanted for a while, but you haven't bought because you can't buy everything, and then it's like less than half price. You just start taking vinyl out, grabbing it. So, you know, you had stacks like this going to the counter, and I had a portable like suitcase with me because I knew that I was going to buy a lot of records, and I filled that up after like 6 stores or something like that. Just insane. But But I'm gonna show you that after I clean them and play them. I don't know if I said that, but I cleaned all the used vinyls already, so they are drying right now. And I'm gonna play them. And I was very picky of what to buy in the used sections because I didn't want to buy scratched up records. So visually, at least, when I looked at them, they looked really, really good. Okay, but that's it. I haven't watched any videos. I didn't have internet all this time. So when I got home, I couldn't sleep, so I watched like 5 or 6 Dr. Deadwax series videos. That's all. So I have a lot of videos to catch up to. I have to pick and choose, but you know the deal. I try to comment on them when I go through them. Yes, I think that's it. I'm not editing this at all this time. Yeah, and yeah, I talked to Mybertube Mark about meeting up, and he sent Mark, you sent a mail about halfway, a little bit more than halfway into the stay, and I would love to meet up with you. I mean, that would be so freaking awesome, but I saw it too late. The message, I saw it too late. There weren't time this time to meet up. I'm so sorry. I mean, it would be so awesome, but the schedule was just fucking packed. With the other couple being there too, and all the stuff that we wanted to do. I mean, there weren't time. I'm so sorry. I really thought it would be, and if we had arranged something before we went, maybe there would be time. I mean, if we planned something, we'll meet that day at that. I could plan that, but it was too hard. I'm so sorry. But I'll be back. I mean, I love New York. It's the best city in the world that I've been to. So yeah, I'm just so in love with that city. It's just insane. That's it. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye. Great to be back. Bye.